Mm.
All right, what's up, everyone? We're in week 2 of this word of mouth mental health channel. Just talking about different aspects of life, therapy, relationships, friendships, family ships, career ships, etc., etc. This week we'll be focused on toxicity. And before we begin, let me start by saying this. Some of you overuse that word to a horrible extent. It's ridiculous. Everybody that says something to you that you don't like isn't toxic. Sometimes you just have a problem that people just disapprove of. Everybody doesn't have to have the same opinion about things. Everybody doesn't have to agree with you. Everybody's not trying to throw off your energy, because apparently everybody's so psychedelic now because everybody smokes pot. But I'm sorry. Everybody who says something to you isn't toxic. So let's just go ahead and get thrown out the way. So, because a lot of you this word is so overused that it's annoying, and it's probably part of what's wrong with the country now. Everybody's enabled in a lot of different ways, and then when there's repercussions for their actions, they don't want to deal with that part. So let's go with the first post. We're going to start with this one. And this is shout out to Fatima Kills. My friend said apparently I cannot be one of her bridesmaids since I'm too dark and people will be wearing yellow. My confidence just went to 0. Let me go ahead and tell you, ladies, because this one's for the ladies. Women like this are not your friend. Women who can't tell you about yourself, and there's a right and wrong way to do it. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Women who are not honest with you, they are not your friends. Women who say stuff like this are not your friends. These are your haters. These are the people who bring you down. Because any dark-skinned woman or more melanated woman I know who wore yellow looked flawless in it every time they wore it. They look excellent in it because it glows off the skin, the contrast. And I would know because I've done art for so many years. I know all about color theory and etc. I've taken countless of classes on it. I paint, I draw, sculpt, etc. So I'm just going to say this. If you have women like this in your life, ladies, move apart from them. Because all they're doing is holding you back. They're holding you back in ways you know and don't know. And you do not need to be around women like this. Second post. Dating someone who pushes you to be better is important. Nobody wants a bare minimum Betty or an effortless Eddie. So if you have a problem with your mate pushing you to do more, and there's a right and wrong way to do that too. You don't want to push somebody to do what you want them to do. You want to push them in the direction they want to do, and that's when communication and listening comes in. Somebody tells you they want to be this, that, and the third. Like my wife wants to be a cardiovascular surgeon. I'm not going to push her to be a dentist. I'm going to do everything in my power to push her to be a cardiovascular surgeon. So it's just a balance to it. There'll be times when they just give up. They may need emotional support, physical support, etc. Stay up night studying with them. You just you got to have people around who want you to do better in life, and not just for their benefit, for your own benefits. It's kind of like when you really love somebody, you can let them go. That type of thing. Next post. I'ma flake on you like 40 times before I actually chill. Only the strong survive. Now, this was said in a joke, but let's just be real. A lot of women, you do that. It takes umpteenth amount of times to hang out with you, and then you get upset when the guy moves on to somebody else who's not playing them games. Let's be real. Nobody wants to be doing all this. People get it. You're busy. You have life. You may have kids. You have school. You have work, etc. And I know she's exaggerating with the 40 times, but how long do you think somebody's supposed to ask you on a date before they just start to believe, hey, maybe you're not that interested? And just so you ladies know, the relationship in a man's mind starts from the moment we ask you out, ask to hang with you. That will dictate how the rest of it will go. So if you act like an asshole or subpar to me or passive to a man, and not just me, any man, we're very unshaking, unmoving. So how you are in the beginning is how we expect you to be in the end. as far as personality. So if you want to play Miss Cool, chill, I'ma chase and do this and do that, that's what we expect then. If you gonna play like you don't care, that's what we're expecting. We're not gonna expect no growth and change. Men don't change their mind like women. We don't have that about us. Not to say we never change our mind, but you could wake up in the morning and want to wear yellow, but 20 minutes later want to wear blue. That's just how y'all function. Whereas men is like, if I woke up in the morning and said, hey, I want to wear yellow, I'm probably going to wear yellow unless it's raining or there's some unforeseen reason why I can't wear yellow. So just some advice. If you think this is the way you're going to get a man or keep a man or have a good man by this flaking on people all the time, it's not going to happen. Because all you're doing is setting a precedence for not being taken seriously. Next one. My man and I are talking about marriage and kids, but I said I don't want kids, biological kids. We both got sickle cell trait and I have the breast cancer gene. He says I'm selfish for not wanting to give life, but I think it would be selfish to have kids with these problems. Who's right? I always tell people, when it comes to opinion, there's really no right or wrong. And I say that because everything is based on what's going on in society right now. If we looked during the medieval times, it was okay to marry somebody who was 12 years old based on what the time. Now that's a despicable thing to do, to even fathom that. But that's a different conversation. So to say who's right or wrong in this situation, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. But I understand both sides. To have all those problems and having to pass on to a child who has to deal with that and gonna have to constantly deal with that for the rest of their life. Nobody would want to deal with somebody that, and nobody would want to wish that upon somebody. But at the same time, I understand why everybody who wants children wants their own biological children, whether they admit to it or not. And there's nothing wrong with adoption. I've thought about adopting. I thought that might be a route I take, or have a surrogate mom. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I understand both sides of it. Now, if you're dead set on not passing on those genes to somebody else, then maybe you two need to part ways. That might be something you need to do, because that's a whole issue within itself. You know, I understand guys probably got together because you got sickle cell, you have a lot in common. But at the same time, if you both want children and you want it different ways, then maybe you need to just part ways, you know? Alright, next post. How do you get over a heartbreak? When I was younger, I used to think having sex with someone else would help. Now I'm older, I know I just need to stay to myself and focus on myself. There's this old adage goes that the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody new. And that is completely wrong. And this is what you call being toxic to yourself. And I say it's you being toxic to yourself because, for the fact of the matter is, you're not going to get over that person that way. All you're doing is distracting yourself. A method I use, I don't approve this method to everybody. I think about the situation as much as possible. To an obsessive amount, to be honest. I just keep thinking about it, playing over in my head, over and over and over, just think about what I did wrong, what I did right, what I had problems with that I didn't say anything about, what I liked, etc., etc. I think about it, and I dwell on it as long as I need to. People try to rush out of their feelings and rush out to get over things, and it just don't work like that. Your feelings don't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. Time heals all wounds, or at least enough where you can move forward. When you sit there and try to distract yourself with this person and that person and this person, it's never going to work. And all you're doing is eventually going to repeat a cycle, or never figure out what's really wrong with you. And then when you do that, you're really just making it work for yourself in the long term. And this is the last one for this week. I had to choose being a mother with no child care, or summer camps when women are being, and they're talking about, women are being, model citizens, etc., etc. And in other words, some of y'all do a whole lot to have a husband. So basically, this article, I'm not going to post the whole article, her husband could not take care of their 3-year-old child. He couldn't manage their 3-year-old child. Ladies, if you are dealing with a man who cannot manage children, believe me, I know toddlers can be hell on earth, but there's no reason why you should have to give up your hopes, your dreams, your passions, just to appease this man. Same thing with men. There's no reason why you should have to give up your hopes, your dreams, your passion to appease this woman. A true partner, a true mate will push you to succeed in anything and everything you want to do within reason. Like nobody's gonna push their significant other to have an OnlyFans. They're not gonna do that. Unless maybe you have a situation where that works out, but average person is not gonna do that. So if you have somebody who you can't fall back on, because right now if she's working and you're not, I don't see why he couldn't do that. You don't want somebody holding you back from your dreams who can't manage their own child. You know what I'm saying? This is the difference between being a mom and just being an egg donor, or being a father and being a sperm donor. You don't know your child enough to calm them down, to do this or do that. Your child don't even respect you enough because you're not around. Just because parents live in the house don't mean they're around their children. They may not even know their children. So this is just a piece of advice to everybody. When you see something like this and these come up, it's you may not know in the beginning, but eventually you'll peep that this person is not a dependable person. Move on and find someone else, because you need somebody who's dependable and consistent, if nothing else, in a relationship. Then in a marriage too, you need somebody who is dependable and consistent, amongst loyal and all the other stuff. But those are the things you need. So that's it for this week. Like, subscribe to our channel, and word of mouth out. See you later.